Hi there and welcome to a new pick a card. My name is Fernanda. I'm the tarot reader behind all the pick a cards that you can find in this YouTube channel. Now in front of you, you can see 4 piles. Pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. In a couple of seconds, I will place a proper picture so you can pick your pile, okay? And take all the time you need. But first, it is important for you to understand what this reading is about. You could be single, or you could already be with someone or met someone recently, but this reading really does focus on what is your next love story. What is it about? What is the main theme? So each card actually represents either a legend, a story, a myth, of a couple, okay? And based on whatever you pick, that is the main theme of what you can expect in this romantic connection. Remember, there are all kinds of love. There is the sweet love, maybe there is my first love, there is the impossible love, the struggle for power love, the second chance love, etc., etc. So what kind of story are you going to be experiencing in your love life? So it is really important for you to pick intuitively and not with the mind, not with your ego. And so that means not your favorite color, not your favorite crystal, not your favorite number, okay? I will recommend for you to close your eyes and pass your finger over the screen, okay, wherever you're watching me from, whether it's your laptop, your phone, and whenever you feel a tingle on your finger or somewhere else in your body, that is when you stop, and that is the pile that your soul is telling you to pick. Now also, I confirm once again, this is pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, once that you're ready and you have picked your pile, your love story, you can head to the comment section or the description box where you can find the timestamp for each reading. This is the right time for you to pause if you still need some extra time. Otherwise, I'll see you in a couple seconds. Hi there, group number 1, and welcome to your reading. Now, you picked this beautiful crystal, the 3 agate. I have called it serpentine in the past, which it definitely is not. Or maybe you were guided by the card. Either way, this is your group, and I'm excited to start your reading so we can discover what your love story will be like, your next love story. Or maybe you are in a relationship right now and you just met someone and you want to know whether this love story matches what you are going through and experiencing right now. And yeah, so that said, already with this crystal, this is telling me it will be targeting the heart chakra because of the color green. Now, of course, all love stories, involves the heart. But for you specifically, because of this crystal, I do feel like you will learn about emotional stability. You will definitely open your heart without any fears whatsoever. I feel like from all 4 groups, this is a pile that you will not fear any obstacles or any difficulties that could come your way. I can already tell that this group, I just feel like you're gonna love and give without counting it or 50-50. You're just giving for the sake of giving because that's how you feel. You're not thinking whether this is right or wrong. And yeah, I just feel like emotional stability will be something that will be involved in this specific relationship. And so now let's look at your card to know what story or what myth was given to you. And so you got the Isis and Osiris card. I will show it to you over here like this. Hopefully you can see it. Yeah. Alrighty, so this is actually the Lover's card, okay? This is the Lover. So this is already telling me this is a soulmate type of contract in here, relationship going on. This is truly the soulmate, the ultimate soulmate card in Tarot. So your next love story has to do with your soulmate. And the thing, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Isis and Osiris so you understand kind of the backbone or the pillars of your future love story. Because Isis and Osiris, I don't know much like in detail, but overall, Isis is a woman, Osiris is the man, and it's a old Egyptian story, and they loved each other very, very much. We don't know much of how they come together. We just know that they love each other so much and they go through obstacles. And the thing is, Osiris, the man, had a brother, and his brother ends up killing him to take his place in the throne, or he wanted to take his power. And so Osiris dies. And the brother, what he does is he cuts Osiris in little pieces and like kind of hides them in different parts of the world so he can never be found or put together. Because remember, all these stories, of course, there's a bit of like magic in them, myth in them. So death was not the end of everything. And so what Isis does, the woman, the wife, she starts asking for help, and she starts like traveling and searching for her husband, and she puts back the pieces. And she was a magical being, and so she used that magic, and she used as well other people's or entities' help to put back together her husband and be able to kind of bring him back to life for enough time to conceive a baby. And so she gets pregnant, and then she gives birth. The man actually doesn't come back to life. There's not much about him later on, but we just know that his love and her love for each other kind of made the impossible happen, which was to be able to conceive a child even after his death. And that already is like an epic love story type of thing, so you can already expect something very epic. You know, when you watch like a romantic movie and you're like, nah, that's too many coincidences, that's too many synchronicities, that is just like not real. But that is what we call an epic love story, or like a meet cute, and and that's what you are actually getting. And the thing also with this story, the child wants, like the son that she gives birth to, he ends up fighting his uncle and ends up like, I don't know if he kills him or not, but the thing is that he's able to take back the throne that was rightfully his. And this story also talks a lot about what is rightfully yours. Like no one can take anything that is meant for you. And even if if sometimes life throws a curve, and everything seems a bit like too impossible or seems a bit too difficult, as long as you're being true to your heart, as long as you are just honest and loving, like love prevails always. And so this is a story about how love will always be winning no matter how much time it takes. And I feel like this is like the epic story that you are going to be experiencing. Now, like I said, this is a soulmate love for sure. Some of you, remember, this is a general reading, so this will not apply to everyone, but and this is why I feel like some of you will actually go through a lot of obstacles, while some of you not necessarily, and you will be able to go through the obstacles always together, while some of you could be separated by distance, like let's say, I don't know, he needs to travel somewhere else, or maybe you met at the not so rightful time, and then each of you marry someone and then end up meeting again or something, like that type of epic love that is never lost, because you feel like this person is your true one. And I feel also like one thing that I like about the story of like the woman Isis, she doesn't give up. She doesn't start like trying to take revenge on the brother. Like, she doesn't even distract herself with that. She's not even worried about that. She's like, I'm gonna focus on how can I get my husband back. And so her love was very, very, very strong. And I feel like this type of story that you got is like, if you two are not together, is because of circumstances. It's not because there's no love between you two. Like, that love will never be lost. Okay, now I'm going to be asking your angels, how will you be meeting this person? And I'm going to be looking for a house, I will disregard any planets or energies, because the astrological house, they do represent aspects of your life, and that's what I'm looking for. Through what aspect of your life will you be meeting this person? Is it work? Is it health? Whatever it is. So you got the eighth house, and okay, so the eighth house does represent investments, inheritance as well. It does represent the aspects of traumas, mysteries, shadow work. So, okay, you could be meeting this person. This person could be handling your money, or you may be making an investment somewhere or with someone, and that person is involved as well. You could definitely, with the eighth house, some of you that are more into like kinky stuff, I feel like you could be attending an event that is very sensual or something like that, and you will meet that person. You could be in a path of exploring your sexuality, your sensuality, and you will be meeting that person. Now, I just feel like with the eighth house, it's already also talking about how quick you'll feel physically attracted and physically like comfortable around this person, because the eighth house, it's all about intimacy in the bedroom, and feeling so comfortable and being able to open yourself to that person. So when you think about it, like, everyone can just have intercourse, but what really, when people have very strong eighth house placements, Scorpio placements, Pluto placements, intimacy, it's like at another level, and I feel like that's how you will be experiencing this specific love story as well. Now, I said I will like disregard the planets or energies, but already with Saturn, this is something that I think that came out because I forgot to mention it here, is that also another thing about the love story of Isis and Osiris. They all say that everything, like I said, nothing can be taken away from you if it's yours, right? And everything, it's just like everything will be the way it is meant to be, and it's making mention not only to divine, divinely meant to, but also about a structure in this world and how everything has its place, and we have to respect that structure. So when the brother killed his brother, thinking, when Osiris' brother killed Osiris, thinking that he could just, steal the throne when it was not his by right to start with, he was kind of violating the structure of the world. And so Saturn, it represents the father figure, responsibility, structure, and so wisdom, and so discipline as well, and here structure, responsibility, etc. So it does kind of, I feel like that will be a big theme in your relationship of like things. This could be an obstacle, of course, as well. Like maybe he or you have a responsibility elsewhere, need to step into the family business, or there's something that that could be the obstacle why you are not together, but at the same time you are meant to be together, so things will come together again for you to like meet and be with each other. Also, another thing with the eighth house, that represents inheritance as well, like I mentioned. I wonder how you could meet that person through inheritance. Or is it like, because this is through what aspect of your life you're meeting this person. Maybe you inherit something, and let's say like a house, and then you need to hire someone to repair your house or repair like the plumbing. You need a lawyer for it, you need like an accountant for it. Like it's like services that are the result of you acquiring inheritance from something or someone. I also feel like this person the person you're meeting, whether you or him will be managing in initially their money. So this is why I say like could be true investments as well. With the 8th house, because of the intimacy, I would say that it's not limited to like kinky events. Could be any events where people feel more sexual, I guess, or feel more like confident in their sexuality. So I don't know what those events could be. The club. But yeah, it could be also a workshop, okay? Like, could be through therapy, a workshop of shadow work, a workshop about sexuality, a workshop of yoga. The thing is, because the 8th house, it's any tools that, the aspect of your life that develops the shadow, develops a confidence in the intimacy. And also, it's all about trauma and shadow work. Yeah, so if if you attend any workshop of that style, that's where you will be meeting this person. Now, I'm going to be picking a card for you, whether it's shadow or light energy. And this is something you will be dealing with in your love story, okay? So you got confidence. This is a light energy, so you got confidence. This is in French, so not to worry. And I love this because that's how I feel that this whole relationship is. It's like I said, in this story, Isis is not worrying about the brother. She's just like, I gotta focus on my husband and find him. And I feel like that's how the whole dynamic will be between you two. It's like you only care about each other. You don't care about the noise around you. And there's so much confidence. Like you have so much confiance, so much trust to one another, and also in your love, in your relationship. So if for whatever reason later on in life you cannot be together, for a period of time, I don't feel it like you will be suffering, or he will be suffering, or she will be suffering. I feel like there's so much confidence in the love that you two have for each other, and that will prevail, and that if you're meant to be together, it will happen later on. So sometimes when some couples, they break up and they suffer for a very long time, they don't open their heart to anyone else, and they don't actually experience and live their life. But that's not your case. If separation is an experience for you meant in this relationship, I can already tell you have so much trust on the love you have for him and that he has for you, that you just don't worry about it. Now, I'm getting a card for each of you to know what type of person are you when you meet this person, okay? What is your archetype? What is the characteristics that most define you? Sorry, it got caught, but so the card that you got is the card of Scorpio energy, which is death. And then the card that the other person got, your future partner, or maybe this person is your current partner is the alchemist, number 1. And this is a magician. So you have number 13, and then he has number 1 as well, just in case that this may be important numbers for you. Now, something also right now that they're telling me with number 7 with trust. Also, 7 is the number of the divine, and this is number 7 is also in numerology when it comes to couples. It's like it talks about a dynamic that feels like soulmates. Doesn't mean that every time you form a number 7 with another person that you are a soulmate, but 7, it is the number of soulmates as well as number 2. Well, number 2 is like a number frequency of love and partnership, while number 7 is like kind of the true love, soulmate type of frequency. Now, with Scorpio energy on one side, and then the alchemist, death from one side and the alchemist on the other. When you meet this person, you definitely are the person who is very I guess you're very magical, you're very intuitive. You could also be very like in a time in your life that you're very like psychic. And what I mean by that is we all have stages in our lives that I feel like our third eye is more open, and this is due because we are giving it more attention to it as well, right? There are times in my life that I have more free time, I guess, and that is when I get waken up by entities all the time. And there are times that I'm just so busy and have so many worries that I don't give kind of space for that in my life. And so, but when you meet this person, I feel like you are in this whole like shadow work. Some of you could be having very like vivid dreams. You are kind of turning the page and like shredding your old skin. You are accepting the new version of you. I feel like you are accepting all your flaws, you're accepting your dark side, you have come to terms with your dark side as well. You are a very deep, profound person. So if this doesn't sound like you right now, then this means like it is in the future, right? You are someone with the frequency of number 13. This is all about as well death, and this is like spiritual death as well, but some of you could be experiencing physical death, like a friend or someone else. That could be a thing as well. And I also feel like Scorpio energy, it's a very like strong, honest, non-judgmental energy. And because you got the 8th house as well, I really feel like one of you has strong Scorpio placement, either you or the other person, okay? Because there's a lot of Scorpio energy in this reading. Now, the alchemist, when it comes to him, he is someone who is very confident about himself or herself, very resourceful, very smart, and kind of he knows how to sell himself. He's like the typical person that could have worked at McDonald's and won't say in his resume McDonald's, he will say, or like he won't say like cashier, he will say ambassador of McDonald's, and will like describe his duties in a very polished way, because the alchemist, the magician, is someone who sells himself very, very well, has a lot of confidence, doesn't have yet much experience in some things, but he has basic knowledge on a lot of topics, so he usually is a great chat. The alchemist is always someone that will have a lot to tell you about so many topics, so having a conversation with this type of person is amazing. Now, also, when you meet this person, he or she may be in the works of like starting a new project, while for you it's like you have come to terms with a chapter of your life, a side of you. So I feel like for you it's more like you're ending something, while this person is starting something new, right? Kind of following a lead, and it's just interesting because this person is looking down, but like we can see his face, while you are looking back in a way. And you are actually moving, you are walking, while this person is sitting and just kind of focused. So I feel like maybe this person that you're meeting, he may not necessarily be paying much attention to his surroundings, but you are. And I just feel like this person as well that you are meeting, maybe he's not someone necessarily that questions a lot of his experiences. I just feel like this person is much more like three-dimensional. He's more like earthly. He enjoys his life, while you, in that stage of your life you're in, you question things, you're doing a lot of shadow work, you are analyzing your traumas, you're taking back responsibility of who you are, and I feel like you're doing a lot of work on yourself, and that's why you're looking back as well, because you are analyzing your past and your family tree, etc., while this other person hasn't really thought much about it. Now, let's see what other angel messages they have for you. There is it. Okay. So you got relationship patterns. It takes strength to recognize the need for change. And I feel like this is a message for you. Number 32, relationship patterns. It takes strength to recognize the need for change. And so I do feel like maybe you are looking back and kind of all the work you're doing is because in your love life you have realized that you always pick the same men, you always go or are attracted to the same type of person, you always expect or accept a specific type of behavior from men or women, etc., etc. And I feel like your maybe view about marriage, view about relationships, view about yourself just change when you meet this person, and this is why you're meeting this person. Let's see what other message they have for you. You got free yourself. It is time to take control of your life. And you also have trust. This situation, this situation, sorry, it's in Spanish. So this situation ask for you to have faith. So this situation requires for you to have faith. So this is your reading, pile number 1. Thank you so much for being here. Do remember that if you ever wish to have a private reading from me, you can always go to tarotbyfernanda.com and you can book a private reading with me. Payments I accept over there is PayPal, Stripe, and Apple Pay. So that's the only platform through where I will be accepting payments because that's the safest for you and for me. Okay? So that said, I hope that you have a lovely day and that you meet this person very soon. Or for those of you that have already met this person, I hope that this connection matches everything that you have wished for so far. And yeah, so I will see you on the next pick a card. Bye. Hi, group number 1. I forgot that I did not pick initials for you. So let me do that right now for pile number 1, initials of that special person that will be part of your love story. Okay, so you got 4 initials. This could be first or last name. And it's the letter G as in Gabriela, the letter A as in Alex, the letter C as in Claudia, and the letter T as in Thomas. So G, A, C, and T. I'll see you on the next video. Bye. Hi there, pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. Let's hear about what your angels have to say regarding your next love story that you're about to experience. Maybe some of you have a relationship or just met someone and you're watching this because you want to kind of compare notes and see if this is matching with this love story that is meant for you. This is like your next relationship, next love story, okay? But when I say love, it's because there will be genuine love involved in here. But like, you know, like we know in life, there's so many kinds, different kinds of love. And so this will describe what type of love you will be experiencing. Now, you pick this stone, this crystal that is the lapis lazuli, and any crystal that is blue that already represents the throat chakra, which is all about clearly communicating your needs, your wants, being confident enough to communicate what you have to say, to properly express yourself. And also when someone has knowledge about like communication, you know that not everything is verbal, you know that there's so much that people say with just like non-verbal communication, and that also is part of like the skill sets that someone that is really good at communicating will have. Now also the lapis lazuli, it's believed to be like a powerful stone that helps people to have more confidence in themselves, helps develop wisdom as well. So I just feel like this connection will make you wiser, or you will develop a lot of confidence. Like you two together, it's like this relationship may you push you to be more confident about your wants and needs, being able to communicate them properly, and kind of using this experience to then transform into knowledge. So that said, I'll leave it on the side and let's look at the story that you have. And so you got the card of innocence, which is of the Fool in a traditional tarot deck. Now you got the story of Tamino and Pamina, and this is why I picked this deck specifically for this reading, because it gives you specific myth or story. And Tamino and Pamina, this story is based in an opera play. I think it's opera, and it's all about, I'll tell you a little bit about their story so you understand what you can expect to experience. So Tamino and Pamina, they represent the Fool, which is innocence, which is also, I feel like, is when someone is ignorant of specific facts or things in life because you haven't yet experienced much. And this is all about like your first love. You could be 85 years old, but you have never been in love, or you have never been in love like this. You have never connected like this. You have never felt this way. It's like this already is telling me that this love story will be something completely new for you. So this could also be, let's say that you recently realized that you are sexually attracted to a different gender, or that you realize something new about yourself, and then now you are giving yourself a chance to date, other people that is completely out of your comfort zone. Then that is like that, even if you're like 65 years old, this is completely new for you. So you come in with innocence because you have no experience in this. And Tamino and Pamina, they play, like, I don't know much, like many details about it, but like the summary of it is Tamino is the boy. He's very young or teenager. He's a young boy, young man, and he encounters a evil witch or something like that. And she shows to him a picture of Pamina, and she says, "This is my daughter, and she has been kidnapped. If you help me retrieve her, if you help me get her back, then I promise you can marry her." And the thing is, Tamino, he's a young boy. He has no experience in women. He has no experience in evil people or evil in general. He just believes everything that people are telling him. And like I said, he hasn't had any other experiences either. And so when he looks at the picture of Pamina or the portrait of Pamina, he just falls in love with her. And it's like, I'm just so in love with her. And this is why this story represents innocence and the Fool, because he could not actually be in love, right? From just seeing a picture. It's not like that. That's not how it works. But because he had not experienced anything else, he just thinks he's truly in love with her. And so he goes on like a whole journey to go and search for Pamina. And then he finds her and the person that kidnapped her, but that actually was her dad, her own dad. And her dad was not evil. He actually represented good. And so instead of just, telling Tamino the whole truth about the evil witch, I feel like the dad wanted to give him a chance to grow as a person and to, make his own conclusions. So he tells him, there are 3 tests that you have to go through, and if you go through them, I will give you Pamina, yeah. And so he goes through those tests, and through that journey, he grows up. He becomes wiser. He becomes more mature. He becomes more confident, and now he also has, more like he has developed his intellectual as well and his critical thinking. That is something that this crystal helps with, critical thinking. And so he's no longer a boy that you can just lie to. And as he goes through this whole journey, he realizes that the woman he first met was an evil witch and was not a good person. And so by the end of his journey, he does marry Pamina. I think so. But he also realizes and he makes a conclusion now. It's like, I know that the dad is good and I know that the mom was an evil witch. So he makes that conclusion on his own and he realizes that. And so it's like critical thinking. He grows up. And I just feel like this is talking like very loudly about what your relationship will be like, because I do think that because you both or one of you is very inexperienced, you will make a lot of mistakes. And I do think that because I really feel like, when it's your first relationship ever, if you think of like the first person you ever dated, and whether it was like in high school, in university, wherever it was, whenever it was, and it's like, how what a I don't want to say a mess, but it's just like when you think back, you're like, like this is what I thought like a relationship was, or like even kissing someone. Think of like the first time you kiss someone. It's just like because you're inexperienced, you also go in without too much confidence. Like you lack confidence because you don't know what you're doing. You make a lot of mistakes. I mean, I know I did. I think back of the things I said, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm sorry to that person. I just feel like that first relationship or the first time we are in love, we were not familiar with a lot of feelings, including I remember being like, I have never felt anger towards someone that is not a family member, not even friends. And so for me, it was really weird to ever feel angry or to ever feel disappointed by someone outside of my family members, right? Or like my direct family. And so it just feels like it's completely new territory for both of you or for one of you. Now, also with the Fool and the card of Innocence, this could foreshadow to, well, not foreshadow, because if you have already met this person, you know who it is. It's like someone that you met or you dated in high school or university, someone who used to be your neighbor, someone who you had a connection with, but nothing ever happened, or maybe you dated slightly and then never dated again. And it's like the next love story is someone who you already dated when you were very young. Could be your first love, or when you were 30, but that was your first love, your first relationship, and it's like that person is coming back into your life. This is like your true love. Maybe this could be like your third relationship, but this is the first person you ever loved. And so that could be it, or it could be someone from, like I said, high school, university, that you never dated, but you met them in a time of your life that you were still very innocent. So that could be elementary school for some of you. That could be like your childhood neighbor. And yeah. So I'm just getting some cards out. I'm disregarding energy cards because what I'm looking for is a house, because I want to know through which aspect of your life you will be meeting this person. So because each house does represent a different aspect. So I just want to know how you come to actually meet this person. And you got the 10th house. Now the 10th house, it is the reputation house. It does belong to Saturn, and the energy is Capricorn. And this is through your career. But also, the 10th house, this could be through your career that you meet this person. But also, if you're someone like an influencer or like famous, or you have like, you're on social media, I don't know. It's like, I feel like some of you do have, this could be like you meet the person through your social media account, but with the 10th house means that because of your success. So it's not like someone just DMing you if you have only 100 followers. It's not like that. It's like, let's say that you are a writer and this person comes to your signing event, book signing event, and so it's through your success, that through an event that kind of is celebrating your success that you meet this person. Or let's say you have a YouTube channel, right? And then this person gets to see one of your videos and it's just like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful, or he's so handsome, or something like that. I got to like message her, I got to contact her, or something like that. So with the 10th house, it's a very public aspect of your life, and it's all about success as well. So could be through your career, could be through your success in general, because you could be a YouTuber and that's not your career, right? But it's like you put yourself out there, and that's how this person gets to see you. You could also, let's say, like because the 10th house is also in a way authority, because you have gained a level of authority in a specific industry. So like I said, it's like that one person reading your book, or going to one of your conference, or going to one of your events, watching one of your videos and being like, wow, I really do need to meet her. Yeah, and the 10th house, now that I'm thinking about it, the first card that came out of like planets and energy was the sun. And now the sun, it's about your purpose, and the 10th house is also about success, following your purpose. So that already is telling you, because everyone's purpose will be different, but that is already telling you how you can expect to be meeting this person. Now, I'm gonna be picking a card that will represent either a shadow energy or a light energy that will be very present in your relationship. This here. I feel like there's a lot of Capricorn energy in this connection, or more like Capricorn, I feel like Earth energy. So you got the this card, number 36, which ends up being number 9, and it's saying about how you thrive in the physical world. Matière. What is matière? Is I can't think of the word, but it's pretty much, this is all about like you two thrive in the physical world, in this 3-dimensional world. I feel like both of you do enjoy the physical world, and that is something that you two share that ends up being like kind of a strength for both of you, because what you got is a light energy. Now also, before I continue, what's left is I'm gonna give you I'm gonna get a card for you and one for him to represent in what stage of life you're in when you meet each other, then an angel's message, and then another love angel's message. And at the end, I'm going to be drawing a couple of initials that will be your future, and it will be the person's initials, whether his name or his last name, okay? That said, also, if you ever wish to have a private reading, you can just go to tarotbyfernanda.com and book a reading over there, okay? Alrighty, so let's see, when you meet this person, oh, there's 2 cards, I can't take them. I just need 1 card for each of you. But like I said, it just seems like you thrive in the material world, both of you. I think that both of you are very successful. Money is not a issue at all. I feel like it's not an issue. And there's 2 cards again. Already for you, when it comes to you, I get the Shot of Swords. There we go. I do think that your partner will be a fire sign, because one card that was trying to come out was a Queen of Wands, which is also a fire sign, but then end up having the Emperor. So with the Shot of Swords, which is the King of Swords, this is telling me that you're someone who is very analytical, very structured. You are a very good communicator. I find that you have a lot of confidence when it comes to communicating your boundaries, communicating your limits, communicating your needs. You're someone who has a lot of responsibility. You take things very seriously. I feel like there's just said like you're definitely not a joker. Like you don't joke so much. I do think that you're very diplomatic and you're really good with words, and you can be very pleasant to have conversations with. You have a very developed intellect. You're very, very smart. Some of you could actually be a scientist or like IT person. I just feel like you have a lot of knowledge. You probably study, like went to university and even like continue to your master or PhD. The other person is the emperor, and this person is also someone who's very, very confident. Now, both energies are masculine energies. I feel like both of you are very powerful, very successful people. You really know what you want, and you always get what you want. I do feel like definitely there could be a clash in here of who will be leading the relationship, I find. Because both of you are very strong minded, both of you take responsibility very seriously, both of you are very confident of who you are as a person and as a leader, and both of you, the thing that the King of Swords and the Emperor do share is that they will always pick what is best for the majority of people rather than sometimes just like, letting the heart decide. Now, a message that you have from your angels as well is take a chance on love. When we love, our lives are changed forever. So take a chance on love. That means that maybe you have never dated someone or you have never allowed yourself to be in love. I just feel like in your case, because of the King of Swords, just like the Queen of Swords, you put emotional things second. You're really good at expressing yourself, but I don't feel like you know how to express your emotions or express what you feel or connect as easily with your heart and be vulnerable. And the thing is, with this other person, I feel like this person is very, very masculine and very strong as well and very determined. And I feel like he's very passionate as well, very physical. He could be more open to his feelings, but I feel like for you, it will be harder for you to open up romantically. One more card. Now you got a message from your angels, and there's two messages. Okay, one is it is worth waiting. Divine timing is working in your love life. And then you also have give an opportunity to your relationship, work in your relationship. So I feel like there will be some difficulties for sure because like I said, because of the card innocence, it just tells me that you're going to make a lot of mistakes because this is completely new territory for you. Now, when it comes to initials, there is the letter E like Edward, the letter U as Union, the letter R as in Robert, and the letter C as in Claudia. Okay, so those are the four initials that they're giving me right now for you. Remember to subscribe, to give it a like, to leave a comment. All of those things always helps the channel to keep growing. And I'll see you on the next pick a card. Bye. Hi there, pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. If you pick this beautiful citrine, or maybe you guide it yourself with the card. Either way, welcome, and we're gonna delve into the next love story that you're about to experience and what kind of love story it is, because we all know there's different types of loves, different types of stories, romantic stories. Just like when we watch a movie, there's so many different types of loves, and this is why we connect more with one love story than the other. And so this is your next love story. Now, before I start the citrine, what it helps with is people think usually that it's just about money, but yes, it does help you to materialize money if that's what you want. But what it really does is just help you materialize your projects, your vision. So if you have this vision of having money, buying a very specific car, buying a house, etc., very earthy things, this is helping you materialize in this three-dimensional world your wishes, your vision, your projects. So having citrine is like having power to manifest or make things happen, make it a reality, right, in this three-dimensional world. So I feel like that already speaks volumes of the theme of your relationship. I do think will be a lot of materializing your wants and vision, your project, your way of seeing your lifestyle or your life in this world. So the card that you got, group number 3, you got Arthur and Guinevere, and it's a card of power. Now, this is actually the Emperor in the traditional tarot deck, but in this, why I picked this specific deck is because every single major arcana has a specific couple, has a specific love story that will be kind of the foundation of, will be what tells me what will be the foundation of your love story, okay? Now, with this card, Arthur and Guinevere, I'm going to tell you a little bit about their love story. And Arthur the King, a lot of us have heard about Arthur the King and Lancelot and Merlin, etc., because it was around the same time. It's a story, right? So Arthur, he asked his right hand, Lancelot, to go and look for his, to go and pick up his wife in another country or city, I don't know, but Lancelot was sent to go and pick up Guinevere and bring her back to the castle so they could get married, right? Arthur and Guinevere. The thing is, Lancelot falls in love with Guinevere, or really deeply connects with Guinevere when they first met, and when they first meet, and so Guinevere ends up being a really good wife to Arthur, but she always will love, or will have a place in her heart for Lancelot. And stories varies, but Guinevere actually, still had a romance with Lancelot while she was Arthur's wives. Now, also in the story, Guinevere is someone who is an amazing queen, really supports Arthur. Like, it's everything that Arthur wanted, but could never correspond to his love to the level that he was corresponding to her. The thing in here, and this is why this story represents this specific energy of power of the Emperor, is that Arthur was told by Merlin, the magician, that there was a person better suited for him. That was someone more than better suited. It was more like there's another woman who is meant for you, who you will share a deep love with, that you will really, really experience this amazing love. But I feel like Arthur was more focused on, Guinevere had this, I don't know, he just saw Guinevere and felt like she had everything he wanted in a woman or in a partner. He felt like she will be an amazing queen. So because of Arthur's vision of life, he takes Guinevere as a wife, and they have a beautiful marriage. But it's like, I feel like this is all about free will, of like, sometimes because we have a specific vision of how we want our partner to look like, or let's say we are more worried about our partner's income or career or something very specific because we want it to match our lifestyle, we then close ourselves to the unexpected, or people that could actually completely surprise us, even if it's outside of what we have imagined. So this next love story, right, and because I'm very blunt and direct, it's one of, I feel like, this is a power couple. I'm not saying that your partner will be cheating on you or will not be the one, but I definitely feel like your next love story, if you choose so, will be someone who is picked by your free will, not necessarily that you are meant to be with. I feel like a lot of you are kind of forcing you're forcing a piece of puzzle that just doesn't quite match. But with this power couple as well, I feel like some of you could be living that experience, while other of you will be with someone who you will share a love with, but it's more all about as well of like you two have the same lifestyle. Like I feel like two actors dating each other, you know? Sometimes we wonder, and I'm sure that actors or celebrities do wonder, what if I were to date people outside of the celebrity world? Because I'm sure that there may be, what are the odds that my soulmate is also a celebrity? Like what are the odds? And deep down I feel like a lot of celebrities, they know that maybe they're not dating the meant to be person, but they date the most suitable person for them because already that person shares the same level of success, shares the same vision of life, leads a very similar lifestyle, and so they become like a very powerful couple. And so this is what your next story will be about, power, or like a lot of people will admire you without really knowing your relationship, whether it works or not, but they will really admire you. So let's say that you're someone who's very good looking, very beautiful, and you end up dating someone who's really good looking as well. And so you make such a really good looking like couple, or like two writers. Like let's say that you are a writer and you start dating another writer, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is a perfect match. You will be the only judge of whether this is like what you want in life, but right now this is what is they're telling me that is your next love story. And I'm going to tell you how you will be meeting this person. I will be ignoring any planets or energy because I'm looking for a house. Okay, you got Leo and the 5th house, which Leo belongs to the 5th house, and on the bottom there's also the 7th house. So I feel like, okay, the 5th house, it's all about dating. It's all about like the dating life, enjoying life. So you could be meeting this person actually through Bumble, through Tinder, through like an application that focus on like on helps you with the process of dating. Okay, this could be also like a website where they match you with other people. This could be speed dating events. This could be also in the world of entertainment. So this group, you could actually meet the person at a club, at a bar, at a restaurant, anything that has to do with the creative and entertainment world. You could be meeting this person at a party, like I said, at the club, at a cha-cha dance or salsa class. I feel like there could be dancing involved in here. It's like an environment where definitely is not a professional environment. There's a lot of passion involved in this environment, in this aspect of your life. So some of you definitely will be meeting, in other groups, it's very clear which aspect for you has nothing to do with like meeting this person through work, meeting this person through family members or friends. No, this is all about you meeting this person while you're having fun. You could be at Six Flags, you could be, like I said, at a restaurant, at a club, at a really nice party, at a fashion show, and you meet this person. With the 7th house as well, this is some of you. So some of you are looking just to like date, while some of you will be meeting this person when you're actually looking for a husband or a wife. Some of you will be very serious about meeting like that permanent person, that permanent relationship, and this is when you meet this person. Now with the 7th house, this is also about the courthouse. So you could be meeting this person at a courthouse. This person could be a lawyer, or you could be a lawyer, and like this person could be one of your clients. So that will be the only way that this could be through your career, if your career has to do something with law and order. Okay, so now let's look at the shadow and light energy in your connection in this love story. And also remember that if you ever want a private reading, right, if you have important questions of your own, you can just go to tarotbyfornana.com, and all you need to do is send me your full birth name, your date of birth, and your questions. Okay, and that's the only platform where I accept payments. I don't accept payments or will ever contact you in any other way, because that's the safest way for you and me. And now, so the card that you got is actually a light energy, and you got gratitude, And this is, well, this is all about, it's about being thankful of each experience that life is granting you to experience. And so this is constant gratitude, and this is something like being grateful for things. And when you're constantly grateful, they're saying that this will be a strength in your relationship of being thankful for the other person, thankful for who the person is, thankful for the experience that you are being allowed to experience. And the thing with being grateful, it will always bring you more abundance, or it will always bring you more of what you want. And I do think that this is very fitting with the citrine, because citrine, like, once again, it's all about materializing your dreams, your vision as well, making it real in this world. And as long as you keep staying someone who's thankful for everything, more will come, right? And I'm sure that some of you that have been practicing this for some time know that this is really true. And I feel like this is something that you too will share as strength, is that you don't take anything for granted, and you are thankful for every single small gesture, maybe gifts as well. Maybe you give each other gifts. It's like you are thankful for everything. You know, sometimes people, when they keep receiving so much, they stop like feeling thankful for it, but that's not your case. It's like, you know what it took to get where you are, and you are with someone who is also a really hard worker and know exactly what it took him or her to get where they are. Now let me see if there's an angel message for you. And at the end, I'm going to get a couple initials for you as well of your person. Oh, I know what was missing. This is sometimes when I'm having a hard time shuffling, I know that it's because I need to pause, or I need to think of something, or they're telling me something, and it's like, hey, pay attention. So right now the hey, I needed to do something before this card. But already I can tell you here, the message is be authentic, be real and true to who you are and how you feel. So authenticity is really important over here. I do feel like in this specific group, one of you could be a fire sign. There is strong Leo energy and Aries energy as well. And I just feel like with Leo energy, it's very fitting the whole being authentic and shining, because that's who you are. And now, when you meet this person, I'm asking in what stage of your life, or what's going on in your life when you meet this person. What is your personality like, or what's going on, right? And this way you could also better identify this person when he or she comes along. So you got Taslim, number 12, and this is the Hangman, and then Qamar, number 18, and this is the Moon. And this represents your person, and this represents you. And so what your angels are telling me about you, I mean, you two are in a very similar spots in life, because it's like, well, it's different test that you're going through, but it's similar because you're not necessarily moving on in life. When it comes to you, with Taslim, with the Hangman, you are at a point in your life in which it just seems that you are stuck. And based on circumstances, it's not like you are not capable of moving on, or like moving on in life, I mean, or like maybe you're someone who loves to travel and right now you are not able to travel. So circumstances, whatever they are, it's like you need to stay put. And the Hangman is usually, you know, like a man that is hanged, but there's always an arrow of light around him, because it represents the level of intelligence and mindset, like how developed this person's mindset is. But for some reason right now, he or she cannot be in the move. And so that is your case. It's like you're someone who thinks outside of the box. You're someone who has like, you're not enlightened, because no one is, otherwise we wouldn't be here, but you see more of like what the average person sees, but for some reason you're being stuck because of the circumstances. Could be that you cannot travel, could be that you cannot change jobs, could be there's something that you feel. You're like, someone from the outside wouldn't think that you're stuck, but you know that you feel stuck and you don't know what's coming next. And the hangman also, it's hanged and usually is like can only be watching other people move or do things. And that can be frustrating, but that is also like a humbling experience. So let's say that you see people finding their dream house, finding their dream partner, and you're like, they're not being able to date anyone. Like you find no suitable men and you're like, what the hell is going on? But it is a humbling experience and it's a learning experience why you're not part of the game right now, because you're only meant to be watching. Like a coach, you're not meant to be playing, you're meant to be watching, and it's always for a reason. Okay, so that's the stage in life that you're in. He or she, in the other hand, with the moon, he's going through some fears, through the worst case scenario he ever thought possible. This person is kind of facing face to face with his insecurities, his fears. I think that like the moon is when all feelings are so enhanced, but also all feelings and fears are so enhanced and all insecurities that everything is so out of proportion. Okay, so I feel like this person could be like more sensible than usual when you meet him or her. Like that's not his usual self, it's just that they're just more sensible. Now also with Komar the moon, this is very this is very strong Pisces energy as well, which has to do with the world of dreams. So I just feel like this person could be that his subconscious mind is haunting him a lot, or there's a lot of repeated patterns, but it has to do everything with the subconscious mind for him. And that's when you two meet. I feel like both of you are not like necessarily in the most sunshine thriving thing. Like you both are at a time that you are facing a humbling experience of like no speaking, no doing, just watching, just learning. Even if you can do better than the person in front of you, for some reason circumstances are telling you you can't do anything. It's like when you know better of like how to invest your money, but you don't have it right now for some reason, it's tied up somewhere, and you see someone who you think is like so dumb that why is she or he investing in something like this when they could be investing there, but everything is a humbling experience for you. Okay, and for the other person, they are also in a stealing stage because they have to look and face their fears and the worst case scenario and realize that they're taking things out of proportion. So I just feel like both of you are going through a test when you meet. Now, there are two messages for you. The first one is love yourself first. The respect of your own person makes you more attractive. So when you respect yourself and your own person, your body, it makes you more attractive. And then you also have keep an open mind. Your soulmate can be different from what you expected. Okay? So those are the two messages for you. And you got 4 initials. So the letter B as in Bob, the letter M as in Mary, the letter Q as in Quebec, and the letter K as in, so you got Q and K, right? So B, M, Q, and K. K as in Kyle, right? So those are the 4 initials that you got in this reading for your next love story. So I hope to see you on the next pick a card. Do remember to subscribe, to give it a like, to leave a comment. Those are small gestures, but they're so big and so meaningful for the channel, for it to keep growing. It's like every time you give it a like or you subscribe, it's like you're watering a plant or a flower that will inevitably grow later on, so with time. So thank you. Hi there, group number 4, and welcome to your reading. So I got your card and your crystal over here, and I just want to say thank you to everyone who has already subscribed, and thank you to those that are choosing to subscribe today. Okay, so let's start with your reading, pile number 4, grow number 4, and let's talk about your crystal, because you picked the obsidian. And any crystal that is black to begin with, it's always a crystal that has the properties of cleansing your space, cleansing the energy, the incoming energy, and then making sure that it's like a filter, and it transforms the energy, like if it's a heavy energy, to a lighter energy. And so incoming energy, then make sure that what is put out there is a lighting up energy. Also with the obsidian, it's like, I feel like this crystal, of course, does connect very well with the third eye chakra, and it's all about seeing things that other people cannot see. Definitely, it's a very deep spiritual crystal, and it helps you with all the shadow work that needs to be done in our lives, all the I guess the trauma that we need to look into, and clear that energy, and see it with understanding. So any black crystal like the obsidian, it really helps you with that. Now also the obsidian, like other black crystals like the jet, it is very helpful to have when you, like me in this case, are a tarot reader or do deal with other people's energies a lot. So you don't have to be a tarot reader. You could be, you could have a beauty salon or something like that, and you have a lot of people always stepping into your space, and then you do not realize, but when they step into your space, into your bubble, you're also letting that energy, and there's residues. So it's always good to have black crystals. And I just feel like this, connecting it with your card, your love story, I just think that it will be a very deep one, a very intuitive, like we're meant to be type of thing, but it's not obvious that you're meant to be. I feel like there's something here, like there is defects, there is shadow, there are things that other people will be very judgmental, but you're not, or he's not, or she's not judgmental. It's like you can see past what average people see, the average eye can see. Sorry, I got a call and the sound got interrupted. So the card that you got is the card of wisdom, which is the High Priestess. And this is a story, I will show it to you. This is a story of Shahrazad and Shahryar. I'm completely butchering the names, but if you have ever heard of the 1001 stories, then that is where it comes from. And I will tell you a little bit about their story as a couple, so you understand a little bit about like the theme of your next love story. And some of you could actually already be in a relationship or just met someone, and you kind of want to compare notes whether this matches your current love story. So this person, the Sultan, I don't remember exactly why, but he didn't want to fall in love again. He did not want to marry someone again. I don't know if he got cheated on, if he maybe lost his wife because she died. I'm not sure. The thing is, he was like, I'm not doing this ever again, because he genuinely loved his wife. Or I don't know if he loved her, or he just got cheated and he got very like sour after this experience. So what he did, the Sultan, he said, I'm going to marry a new woman every day and kill her the next day. And so she will spend the night with that person, and then she will kill them the next day. And then every day she was marrying a new person. And this was with the thought of like not getting attached to anyone in particular. And so what happened is that the main character here is her, because she is the daughter of the Sultan's counselor. Okay, so you know how every emperor, every sultan, every king has a right hand or a counselor. And so he had a daughter, and she says, she goes like, hey, you know what, I'm going to marry the sultan. And her dad was like, no, do not do that, because he will not care that you're my daughter. He will kill you regardless. And so, but she's so stubborn, and it's like she could see something. She was smarter than everyone else, and she knew exactly what she was going to do. And so she had a plan. And so she tells the sultan, like she tells her dad, like, I want to marry him. And so the sultan tells the counselor, hey, I don't care that she's your daughter. If she marries me, I'm gonna kill her the next day. And so, even if the dad really didn't want to give her daughter, because, the sultan already knew about it and the daughter wanted to go ahead, so he allows it. Now, when this sultan marries this woman, what she does is, like, on the first night, she starts reading a book, reading him a story. It wasn't reading, it was like she was telling him a story. And so she doesn't finish the story. Remember, she's not reading it, she's actually just telling him a story. And so she's like, I will leave the end for tomorrow. And so tomorrow comes, and instead of killing her, decapitating her, he really wants to hear the rest of the story. So he lets her live another day. When night comes on the second night, she finishes that story and she starts telling him a new one, and so on and so on and so on. So this goes for 1,001 nights, and by then she's like, that I have no more stories to tell you. And by then he was just in love with her, and he doesn't kill her. And so this is a very peculiar and like love story, because it's all about, like, she was very clever and she could see past what people could see. And, like, I just feel like she was very smart. And I also feel like back then, women were not really like a threat to men. They were not taken seriously. And she showed that she was smarter than the sultan, and that, she didn't judge the sultan by the monster he was being, because he was definitely behaving pretty bad by killing a different woman every single day. She could see past that, and she found, she was exactly the type of person he needed at that time. And it's just interesting. I feel like this specific couple, there will be no judgment. I just feel like you will be accepting each one's flaws for what it is, and understanding that no one is perfect. And kind of like, I feel like there's a lot of darkness in both of you, because the high priestess, right? Because that's what this card represents. The high priestess, it always has two pillars, a black one and a white one, which represents shadow, the shadow and light energy, and so evil and good. And so I feel like this couple has an understanding that you cannot just be good. Not everyone is just light. We always have darkness in us, and we cannot be all dark. We always, even people that you think they're all dark, there's always a light. And so when you understand that you need both, like yin and yang, it's like you understand that you have now the capacity of finding a balance, rather than living in this irrealistic world where people are perfect. And so I just like this couple specifically, because I feel like there's no judgment. Now, also with wisdom, with the high priestess, that something they're telling me before I move on is that the high priestess is usually really, like, she's very reserved. She not necessarily conservative or traditional, but she's very reserved. She and that, it's like that energy. It's like the high priestess could be like an onion that you need to be very patient to start peeling off, the onion. And it's someone who does not open herself easily. So she has a lot of secrets. And through time, and once that she knows that she can trust you and you have earned that trust, will she actually start opening up. So this type of person is like someone who won't even tell you her name or her age until or things that are personal that we sometimes think that is not, but it is personal. It's our life, right? So oh, do you have siblings? Well, that's my personal life. Why would I tell you? Or how many partners have you had? That's my personal life. I will tell you once that you have earned that trust, because I could feel comfortable about this information, but why would I tell you? This is my life and my information is valuable. So the High Priestess is someone who really values herself, her information, her life, everything. So she can sometimes be very secretive. So I feel like you two will take kind of some time to open up to each other. You don't just give it away. You just don't give it away. I mean, not sexually. You just don't give it away, your presence. Right? I feel like it wouldn't be like someone that goes on 5 dates in a week. It's not like that. This whole dynamic, I just think that you two are very reserved. You're very private, or one of you at least is very private. And one of you, I feel like, won't be really posting on social media much. It's not necessarily into social media. And it's kind of a relationship that will be moving slowly. It's like that typical story of someone who maybe looks like a bad boy or a bad girl. Could be one scenario, right? But you can see past that, and through time you realize, oh, there's more depth in that person. There's more to it. Now, I'm disregarding the energies. I just was looking for a house, because this is the aspect of your life through which you will be meeting this person. Okay, so the 6th house, that represents, well, actually Virgo belongs to the 6th house as well. That represents your career. Okay, that is all about you meeting this person through your career, through your job, or it could be the health aspect of your life. So that could be fitness, could be at the gym. This could be your trainer. This could be someone else that you meet at the gym. This could also be, if it's health related, you could go to a Zumba class, and because you are working out or something, and you meet this person in the class, or you are attending a health workshop or a class about health and physical health, and you meet this person. This person could be your doctor as well. This person could be your nutritionist, because the 6th house represents the health aspect of our life. So what we eat as well. If we do work out, if we are active, you could be part of a running club, and you're meeting that person through the running club. And at the same time, the 6th house does represent our jobs, or a 9 to 5, right? So it could be someone you work with, could be a supplier, could be a client of yours, could be, I just had this thing that they told me and I just left. Another thing about the 6 as well, which is a bit similar with house 11, is that the 6th house represents being of service, as well as 11th house, which is being of service in a humanitarian way. But the 11th house is a bit further, they take it a step further. The 6th house could be that you're doing some humanitarian work, or you're being of service to someone while you're meeting this person. You could be volunteering your time at an elderly home, right? And you meet someone's son or someone's daughter. And so it's something like that, right? Either through your job, either through your health journey, or when you're being of service. Those are the 3 ways, okay? Because each group has been very different. Some of you are definitely meeting this person through the club, through an application like Tinder, Bumble, but this is not your case, okay? So this is why I want to really clarify how you are meeting this person. Now, group number 4, let's look at a shadow or light energy So this is about like a strength or like a something that you have to work on in your relationship. And you got a light energy. Now you got number 33, and this is in French, but pretty much you got the soul card, like the soul, your soul. And this is all about understanding that you are a soul in a physical body, right? It's not like your body has a soul. No, no, no. You have a body. That's how it works. It's not like, and also something that I don't know if a lot of people know this, but it's not like your soul is inside, like it's not contained in your body. Your soul is like the energy that is actually moving your body and making it work, and it's not contained in it. It's like it's not, it cannot be contained in your body, and it's using this soul, this body in this three-dimensional world for you to have these experiences. So it's not like your body has a soul, it's your soul has a body to be able to live this experience here. And I feel like both of you have a lot of soul. That's the thing. Like both of you in this relationship, you're so deeply connected. I think that it's like, it's a different thing to say you have so much love to versus you have so much soul. I feel like when someone says like you are such a loving person, you have so much love to give to this world, it's talking about compassion, it's talking about love, about like caring and nurturing. And soul, I feel like if someone were to be like you have a lot of soul, it's like, I think that is more about you're so authentic, you have so much to give to this world. And if that's the like what someone tells you, like you have so much soul in you, I feel like it's like someone who can clearly see that you live this earthly experience, but you don't take this seriously. Like you're not the typical average person that thinks that the Thursday deadline is like life or death, doesn't take everything so seriously, and someone who's just authentic and so connected with their purpose. And I just think that that is something you two will have in common. I don't know if both of you at the same time. I'm gonna look at what is your personality or what's going on in your life when you meet this person, and vice versa. And this way I can also tell who is the one person who's like the wisest, because definitely one of you is very, very wise. It's very deep. I find it's very intuitive, and you can see past BS. Okay, so how about you? Also, in case that you wish to have a private reading, right, in the future, just remember tarotbyfernanda.com. And okay, so we'll take this card, tarotbyfernanda.com, and all you have to do, all I need from you really is your date of birth and birth name, right? Because a lot of us sometimes, I mean, not, I haven't done that, but a lot of us sometimes we change our names or we shorten our names. A lot of people, I feel like it was trendy not too long ago to change names, but I need your birth name, okay? Because birth names were chosen by you, by your soul before being born. And so when I channel your energy, I need the birth date and the birth name, and then your questions. Okay, so that said, you got the card a Dervish, number 9, and this is the Hermit. They're telling me it did not focus. I think it didn't. I thought it did, but okay, Dervish, and this other guy, this other person. There's 3 cards. Oh, I cannot take this. Okay, 1 card. Malika of Coins, which is the Queen of Coins. Okay, so I feel like the other person may be, well, there's definitely Virgo energy here. There's definitely Virgo energy. There's very earthy energy, so I will say that one of you is an earth sign, whether a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. Now, when you meet this person, he or she will be in a very like abundant time of his life, not fully retired, not fully where he or she wants to be in life, but very advanced, because the Queen of Coins is like one step before becoming the King of Coins. That is the ultimate abundant place in life, and it's when you can just retire and not have to work. In this case, with the Queen of Coins, is someone who is this person that you're meeting. They are at a point in their life that they have savings, they have probably investments, they have a very good plan to how to get where they want to be. There's someone who they're thinking of like the next 5 years, the next 10 years. Where do I want to be? Who do I want to share my life with? Like, they're making those decisions that have to do with like marriage, housing, kids. And so they definitely feel like when you meet this person, they are looking for someone that has structure in their life as well, or someone who can add on to that structure. I feel like they could have a very special connection as well with animals, with nature, with natural medicine, or could be with just with Western medicine. One of you could be a doctor, to be honest, pharmacist. I just feel like you have a way with ingredients as well. You could be a chef, right? Because I just feel like you have a way, you or the other person, with herbs, ingredients, food in general, like, and yeah. And so when you meet this person, they're really well off, I find. They have a lot of balance in their life or structure in their life. They are realistic. They plan everything ahead of time. They are strategic as well. And they're just ready to like kind of give as well. I feel like they're very generous. You, in the other hand, when you meet this person, you are at a time of the hermit, which means that you are isolating yourself in a way. You are kind of isolating yourself from others because there's a lot of like looking within that's going on. You are looking for the truth, your truth. And so this is why you isolate yourself from others, from friends, from family members. It doesn't mean you're cutting them off, right? Because the hermit is not about cutting off people. That's death. That's the 13th card. The hermit, it's about you taking some space and time from your usual routine because you want to find the answers, and you don't want them to be contaminated by what other people think. And so you are in a time of self-exploration. You are in a time of questioning your past beliefs about life, about yourself, about a lot of things. Like I remember, sorry, it got cut again, but like I was mentioning, you are kind of seeking the truth, and it's like you're now questioning everything, every belief you had in the past, that this could come from your family. Most of us is actually from our families, from our entourage as well. And so I just feel like you're in deep communion, and also this can sometimes translate in a religious shift as well, or finally maybe you were someone who did not believe in much and now you're believing in something, or you're just in a time of your life that you're taking space from the usual things that you do. This could be also mean like a cleanse. Maybe you are cleansing yourself, like, you know, stopping, like you're not drinking anymore, you're not smoking anymore, things like that. I just feel like you are purifying your body so you can purify your mind as well. And yeah. Now, you also got the card, the Union of Hearts, and that is a love connection defies explanation. And I think that is very fitting with your group because, like I mentioned, a lot of people will not understand why you are dating this person or why you think that this person is a good fit for you, or the other way around, because other people, all they see is one thing, but you can see past that, or he can see past that. And so a love connection that defies explanation. This could also mean like age gap, right? Or it could be like two people that don't even speak the same language. And so it's like some will be like, but why? How do you even like, you know, communicate? But it's like you don't have to explain that to others. Now you got relationships from past life. You already knew each other from before. And you got the card of romantic feelings. Your feelings are true and worth exploring. Okay, so this, once again, they're telling you there's no need to explaining to others. Your feelings are real and they are worthy. Okay, they're worthy, and so give them the attention to explore them. Now I'm gonna give you 3 initials, or whatever, however many they come out, for your person. This could be their first or last name, okay? So you got the letter X as in Xavier, you got the letter Y as in yellow, and the letter G as in Gabriela, okay? So Y, X, and G. So pile number 4, I hope to see you on the next pick a card. Remember that by subscribing, giving a like, and commenting, it's like watering a plant, right? That you are helping to grow. I'll see you on the next pick a card. Bye.